Yes. Yes. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. We have to let the music play. Okay, it's the Matrix. It's what you do. It's what you do. Hello.
Hi.
Good afternoon and welcome to the stage. Are you having a great time in Dallas?
Yeah, it's been great.
It's been great?
It's been really lovely.
I love it. I absolutely love it. Okay, so I'm low-key freaking out. I know I'm supposed to be a professional, but I had to write this down because that's how excited I am to speak with you. So I'm going to read. Please don't judge me. This is one of those things. You quite literally kicked the door down for sci-fi action heroines in The Matrix. Have y'all seen The Matrix? It's a little independent film, kind of amazing, right? How does it feel to be a part of not only a benchmark in cinema, but also pop culture in general?
I don't know. I obviously feel very honored,
Of course.
to have had the opportunity to play Trinity. I thought and I think that she's just an incredible character, and I loved every minute of building that character, you know, doing the scenes and all of the conversations I've had with people since 1999 when the first movie came out.
Make some noise for that right there.
And, you know, I've had a lot of deep and powerful conversations about some of the ideas within the movies. And it's, you know, when I was a kid and I wanted to be an actress, I wanted to touch people through storytelling. And I felt that way when I was little. That's all I ever wanted to do. So I know how lucky I am that I got to be part of something that has impacted people in the way that The Matrix impacted people, and Trinity is such a positive role model, I think. She's so strong and yet has a vulnerability at the same time, and I just think it's such an honor, truly an honor to have played her.
We are so lucky that you did. Before I get like super deep into The Matrix, because I can go down that rabbit hole forever.
Me too.
I think it's fair to really kind of bring up, like you said, as a child, you wanted to be an actress. And I kind of want to know, how do you go from, let's see, when you were at the McGee Secondary School on a singing tour in Europe, you end up living in Spain, and then you moved to LA, I think, to continue on with Dark Justice. How do you do all of that? Please connect those dots.
Well, it's a little different.
Okay.
Yeah, I went to a high school for 11th and 12th grade that I commuted to because it wasn't in my district, but it had a strong acting and singing department. And so I wanted to do that. And so I went to the school for 11th and 12th grade, and I was in musicals, and I sang all over with the choir there, and got a lot of like early training, you know. And then so we did tour Europe, but that was my first European experience. And then when I got older, a few years older, I was in Spain. I was a model, and I auditioned for a show called Dark Justice, which was, they used to have these shows. It was called Prime Time After Prime Time. And so I got this small role in this show. You know, was so lucky again. It just was, you know, I do believe like we each have a journey and we each have a purpose. And if you try to get into the flow of that, your life, if you can trust that and then also trust what doesn't work out that is pushing you somewhere else. I've lived kind of with that kind of thinking. And so I got that role there, and then the second season of that show was in LA.
Right.
So I'd always wanted to live in LA. I'm from Canada originally. And so I moved to LA, and I did a second season there, and then just did lots of like, you know, smaller TV stuff. I actually did a TV show called The Matrix, believe it or not.
Great. Brought that to the U.S. because of the movie, so.
Yeah, so that was funny. I mean, that's again like this coincidence, right? And then I was, you know, I had this sort of TV career. Like I was on Models Inc., which was really fun, and actually taught me a great lesson because Models Inc. I don't know how old everybody is. I'm sure like many different ages. But remember when there was like Beverly Hills 90210 and Melrose Place, right? And then Models Inc. and it was going to be huge. And I remember like the whole hype was, it's going to be huge. And then it just like came and went. And you learn that, like I learned really young, I think I was 25, that, you know, nothing's a given, you know? And the business that I'm in is so fickle. It lasts for such a short period of time. There's no security in being an actor unless maybe you're one of those top people, you know? And that was a really good lesson to learn because I've always been very realistic about what I do for work. It rains and then it's like a drought, and then it rains and then it's a drought. And but that was a good experience for me. Aaron Spelling was very kind to me. Yeah, he was really always loved the actors, which was interesting. To actually see somebody in that kind of high position as a producer who like loved actors. Yeah, so then I auditioned for The Matrix, and I didn't in a million years ever think I would ever get that role.
What? Come on.
Never, ever. And I remember showing up and like I like learned the lines, but like I hadn't memorized them. Like I was feeling kind of like, like, am I just going to another audition and I'm never gonna get it? And the casting director said, go learn the lines and come back. I'm bringing you to read for the directors. And I was like, whoa, okay. I better like get home and like learn these lines. Went back, read for the directors. That was super exciting. And then they brought me back again to fight. And so I guess there was a whole bunch of us, but we never got to see each other because they were 3-hour chunks of fighting. And they brought the Wire team, like this top martial arts team from Hong Kong to come. And we were just learning moves, you know? And I couldn't barely walk the next day. It was so brutal. And the directors told me that when they saw the video of me, the thing that kind of, I mean, one of the things that piqued their interest about me was that through the shooting of it, you know, they edited it together, the guy I was fighting started padding up. Wow. Because I was like, I'm not a stunt person, like I was hitting him, you know, like I was punching him, like I didn't know how to like, you know, like I have no idea. Right. Yeah. And so they were kind of, like I didn't hold back, I guess. And then the next thing, thank you. And then the next audition I got, then they were like, okay, we're screen testing you. And I was like, what? I mean, you know, when you're an actor and you kind of get like a little closer to something big like this, and you're a nobody at that point. And I mean, when I mean say a nobody, I just mean you don't have like a name that people care about, right?
Yet.
Yeah. And so you have to kind of like sign a deal, and you go, and I was like, I couldn't believe it. And it was a screen test with Keanu. And as soon as I met Keanu, it was as if we were like old friends forever. It was so easy, you know, he was very famous at the time, but I didn't feel any like awkwardness, which was pretty cool. Yeah. And we had this lovely screen test, and again, I thought, you know, maybe. And so they had till, that was on a Monday, they had till Friday to tell me if I got it or not. And on Friday I get a call, hello? And they say, they want another week. I was like, oh, okay. And I guess the rumor is that nobody wanted me.
What?
But the directors. So they fought for me, which I found out later on. And who knows, you know, there's so many complicated things that Hollywood, whatever they're doing. And then the following Friday, I'd actually forgotten.
You just went going around like...
I kind of forgot. I mean, it was sort of like, probably not gonna happen. You know, you have to, also what you have to do, at least for me, is protect myself from massive disappointment, because 99% of the time you're disappointed, you don't get the part. And so you don't want to be like, you know, emotionally fragile all the time, right. You know? So they called me on Friday and they told me I got it, and yeah, I'll never forget that. That was one of the most exciting moments in my career for sure.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, it was fun.